Okay, students, we are going to learn today about chapter 8. Chapter 8, which talks about cell division, and I want you to remember that there are two types of cell divisions. One is asexual type of cell division and the other is sexual cell division. Okay? In other words, asexual type of cell division is also known as binary fission and is mostly seen in smaller organisms like bacteria, or in other words we call them prokaryotes. Okay, so the asexual cell division that is seen in bacteria or in prokaryotes is called binary fission, whereas the asexual cell division seen in case of eukaryotes or bigger organisms like us, it is known as mitosis. Okay, so binary fission and mitosis are the two asexual types of cell divisions. In contrast to that, the sexual cell division that is seen, which is only seen in eukaryotes, which basically have two different genders or two different sexes. Okay, the type of division is known as meiosis. Okay, so the way I want you to study for this particular chapter is basically write down the differences and similarities between mitosis and meiosis type of cell division. What really happens in these divisions, why are they different, and how are they similar? Okay, that also needs to be known. Plus, what is the purpose behind having two different types of cell divisions in humans or in any other bigger organism? Okay, so that is a very important aspect. Now, let's first address the question about what is the purpose behind meiosis and the purpose behind mitosis. Now, to see that, I am going to basically draw to you a human life cycle or life of you or me, and to start with that, I am basically going to draw a baby, because we all start our growth as baby. Okay, the baby grows big, becomes a toddler. Okay, the toddler grows big, becomes teenager. Okay, or an adult. The guy goes to the college, meets a girl, and let's say that they like each other, they date each other, and now they marry. Okay, so the girl and the boy marry, and now what happens? The human guys produce what is called as a sperm cell, and the girls or the females in human produce an egg cell. Okay, the egg and the sperm fertilize, which gives rise to an embryo. The embryo grows into a fetus. The fetus grows into a baby. That's basically our entire life cycle. And I'm sure you all know and like thinking that why am I talking about that? Why I am talking about this is because we are essentially going to find out in this entire life phase of ours, where does we need to use mitosis and meiosis? Where does that come into picture? Okay, now how many chromosomes are present in every single cell of a human body? 46 chromosomes. Okay, we all have 46 chromosomes, or in other words 23 pairs. Okay, since all our chromosomes, they come into pair, each pair basically represents one set. In other words, the way we represent 23 pairs, we can also write that as 2n. The 2n represents two sets of every chromosome. Okay, two sets of every chromosome. A term that is used to talk about the two sets is diploid. Okay, so a human baby which basically has 46 chromosomes in all the cells of its body is called a diploid organism because it carries two sets of every chromosome in its cell. Okay, so diploid. Remember the terms 2n, diploid, and we all have 46 or 23 pairs of chromosomes. Okay, now, so the baby has 46 chromosomes. My question to you is, when the baby grows into a toddler, how many chromosomes are present in the toddler's body? Again, 46, right? So basically you are saying that when the baby is growing, there is no change in the number of chromosomes, correct? Now, the toddler becomes an adult, okay? How many chromosomes in the adult's body? Again 46, right? Why? Because again, what are we doing? We are growing, okay? Okay, so this is again 46 chromosomes. Why? Because the toddler became an adult, it grew in size, it grew in number of cells, but essentially carries the same genetic material that it started off as a baby. Okay, so there is no change in the genetic material, there is no change in the number of chromosomes that every cell carries, okay, and so the adult also has 46 chromosomes. Now this is a guy who has 46 chromosomes, okay, he meets the girl. How many chromosomes are present in the girl's body? 46? Perfect, because again, since she is a human, okay, every individual that belongs to one particular species has the same number of chromosomes. Okay, if you have different number of chromosomes, you do not belong to that species. So again, all the individuals that belong to human species have 46 number of chromosomes. So where is the difference between the girl and the boy? Between the girl and the boy, the difference is that the guys carry XY chromosome and the girls carry XX chromosome. Okay? Again, coming back to the basic 23 pairs. Okay? So, this, now I'm just going to erase this chapter note since you all know where we are. Okay? So 23 pairs of chromosomes. Out of these 23 pairs, it is actually 22 pairs plus either XX if it's a girl or XY if it's a boy. Okay? So XX and XY are called sex chromosomes because they determine the sex of the individual, and the 22 pairs which basically carry genes that are responsible for housekeeping functions are called autosomes. Okay, so autosomes plus sex chromosomes in totality make 23 pairs of chromosomes or total 46 chromosomes in a human species. Okay, now coming back to this girl and the boy. Okay, so the boy has XY chromosome, the girl has XX chromosome, but both of them carry 46 chromosomes. Now, the guy makes the sperm, the girl makes the egg. Okay, the sperm and the egg fertilize, okay, to give you an embryo. Okay, now this embryo, since this is a human embryo, needs to carry again 46 chromosomes. Okay, now if the guy makes the sperm, okay, with 46 chromosomes and the girl makes the egg cell with 46 chromosomes, 46 plus 46 here, it should give rise to 92 chromosomes, right? But that does not happen. We always get the embryo with 46 chromosomes. If this had 92 chromosomes, it won't be a human baby anymore, it will be an alien, okay? So basically, you cannot have 92 chromosomes here. So what essentially is happening is when the sperm cell or an egg cell is being prepared, instead of each of them getting 46 chromosomes, each of them gets only 23 or half the number of chromosomes. So together, when they unite or fertilize to make an embryo, instead of 92, you get just 46. 23 plus 23, 46. So 92 is not possible. Okay, and now this embryo grows big. Again, this is growing to give you the baby and these things. Okay, so out of this whole scenario or out of this entire picture, what did we see? We saw that wherever it was growing, you are not changing the number of chromosome, right? But when you are making sperm cell or an egg cell, you are actually halving the number of chromosome. So what are these called? Sperm cell and egg cell. They are called gametes. Okay, so in the process where you are making gametes, you are halving the number of chromosomes, but essentially when you are growing in your entire life cycle, you are keeping your chromosome number same. Okay, now coming back to the original question of what is the purpose behind mitosis and meiosis. The purpose behind mitosis and meiosis is that when you are halving the number of chromosomes, or in other words, when you are producing gametes, the kind of cell division that takes place is meiosis. Okay, only meiosis is involved in producing gametes because that leads to halving the number of chromosomes. And in other times in your life, when you are only growing, okay, only growing and really not halving the number of chromosome, the kind of cell division that occurs is mitosis, here or here or even here. So whenever you're growing, whenever you're only increasing the number of cell mass, okay, or the volume of the cells, you are going to use mitosis. But when you are actually making gametes, when you're ready to prepare babies, when you're ready to make babies, and when you're making the gametes which have half the number of chromosomes, the kind of cell division that is used is meiosis. Okay, so have you understood now the purpose behind mitosis and meiosis and the basic critical difference? First of all, purpose is when you're growing or when you're repairing or when you're replacing the current content of your body or the cell mass of your body, you're going to use mitosis because mitosis does not change the number of chromosomes in the cell division. Whereas in meiosis, you actually halve the number of chromosomes, and so meiosis is only used when you're making gametes, okay, because you need half chromosome in your gamete cells, okay. Rest later.